Shanti, good morning. Listen to Baba's Murli for 13th February 25. The essence is, sweet children, to know the Father accurately as He is and what He is, and to remember Him is the main thing. Explain this aspect to human beings with great tact. Question: what do you only study here? A study that is for the whole universe. Answer: the study for the whole universe is you are a soul. Consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father, and you will become pure. The one who is the Father of the whole universe only comes in this one age to purify everyone. Only He gives this knowledge of the Creator and the creation. Therefore, this is in fact the only university where we study the knowledge of the universe and a knowledge that is applicable to all the souls. You children have to explain this aspect very clearly. Om Shanti. God speaks. You spiritual children definitely understand who God is. No one in Bharat knows this accurately. He also says, no one knows me accurately as I am or what I am. You too are number wise. You know this number wise according to the efforts. Although you live here, you don't know me accurately. Why is Baba still saying this? Although you live here, you don't know me accurately. Don't we know Baba? He's point of light. What does he do? Hmm? We know, right? We know who God is. So why is Baba still saying that you don't know me accurately? It's because our remembrance of him is number wise. Just as when we meet someone or any of our relationship, uh, think about a husband and a wife getting married. After some, they didn't know each other maybe, or once they get married, they start remembering each other. The more they get to know about each other, they start naturally remembering each other. So in the same way, even though we didn't know who God is, and now Baba introduced himself to us, do we remember him? So because our remembrance is number wise, Baba is saying, you don't know me accurately because there's something that we are lacking, right? Either we have not um, formed a relationship with him, all the all the relationships with him, right? Or either we don't remember him as the different titles that we know of Baba. So Baba says, to know the Father accurately and remember him is very difficult. Some children might say that it is easy, but you have to know me as I am and constantly remember me, the Father. The wise thing to keep in your intellects is I, a soul, am very tiny. My Baba, the point, is also tiny. For half a cycle, no one even mentions God's name. In Golden and Silver Age, no one even mentions God's name. People only remember him in sorrow. Oh God, no human being understands who God is. You should now churn the ocean of this knowledge about how to explain to human beings. The name Prajapita Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University is written. In spite of this, they don't understand that this is also the unlimited spiritual Father's World Spiritual University. This is unlimited spiritual Father's spiritual university. What name can it be given so that human beings understand it quickly? How can it be explained to people that this is a university? The word university has emerged from the word universe. Universe means the whole world. This is called a university in which all human beings can study. It is a university for the people of the universe to study in. In fact, only the one Father comes for the universe. He only has this one university. The aim and objective is also only one. Only the Father comes and purifies the whole universe. He teaches yoga. This is for those of all religions. He says, consider yourselves to be souls. He, incorporeal God the Father, is the Father of the whole universe. So, why not call this place the spiritual university of spiritual, incorporeal God the Father? You have to think about this. People of the whole world are such that not a single person knows the Father. If they were to know the Creator, they would also know the creation. Only from the Creator can the creation be known. God is called the Creator. So Baba says, only when you know who the Creator is, can the creation be known. What does He do? What does He create? He doesn't create souls, but we are children of God. So, in that sense, we become part of the creation, but not that He sits and designs the souls or creates the soul, or not that we are part of the Creator. So only from the Creator can the creation be known. The Father explains everything to the children. No one else knows. Rishis and Munis also say, we don't know. So the Father says, previously you didn't have any knowledge of the Creator or the creation. The Creator has now explained it. The Father says, everyone also calls out to me, come and give us peace and happiness, because there is now sorrow and peacelessness. His very name is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. Who is he? God. Whose title is this? God. On one side, we say he's the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. And then on the other side, if we have something in our life, we blame God. Why did you do this to me? Why did you give this to me? Why you couldn't take care of me? So we blame him. But he is the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. Therefore, write it so clearly that people can understand that only incorporeal God the Father gives this knowledge. You should churn the ocean of this knowledge in this way. The Father explains all human beings have stone intellects. He is now making you into those with divine intellects. In fact, those who get at least 50% or more marks would be called ones with divine intellects. Those who fail are not those with divine intellects. Baba's passing marks is 50%. So that means that if we understand this knowledge 50%, that means I have a divine intellect. But if I'm not able to understand this knowledge 50%, that means my intellect has not become divine. It's still in the gross. No one understands why Ram has been shown with a bow and arrow. Sri Krishna has been shown killing everyone with a Swadershan Chakra, whereas Ram has been shown with a bow and arrow. There's a magazine that's published in which it is shown how Sri Krishna slays Akasur, Bakasur, etc. with the Swadershan Chakra. They show that Krishna spins the Swadershan Chakra and with that chakra kills all these demons. Both have been made out to be violent and have then been made doubly violent. People say they too had children. But those are viceless deities. The kingdom of Ravan definitely does not exist there. So when Ram exists, Ravan cannot coexist. When Krishna exists, Kans or any demons cannot coexist. Because where there's so much divinity, so much purity, impurity has no place. It's like when there's day, when there is brightness, when there's light, there is no place for darkness. So Baba says, the kingdom of Ravan definitely does not exist there. It is at this time that it is called Ravan's community. You now explain that we claim the sovereignty of the world with the power of yoga. So then, it is not possible to have children with the power of yoga. Hmm. So, if we are claiming world sovereignty with power of yoga, so can we not have children with yoga power? We don't need to indulge in vice. That is a viceless world. You have now become Brahmins from Shudras. Explain clearly in this way so that human beings can understand that you people are full of this knowledge. Even if someone understands a little of this aspect, you would understand that that one belongs to the Brahmin clan. For some, you will understand quickly and that they are not of the Brahmin clan. So sometimes, people come for the course and they understand everything so well. The first day, second day, third day, everything. And we think sometimes that, oh, wow, yes, they have the sanskars of deity. They are understanding. That means that they will become Brahmins. But then after some time, you see that they have disappeared. So actually, we can't really guess. Many types of people come. So write Spiritual University of Spiritual Incorporeal God the Father and see what happens. You have to churn the ocean of this knowledge and find the right words. For this, you need to have great tact to write something so that people can understand that God the Father is explaining this knowledge here and that he teaches Raj Yoga. These phrases, liberation and life and deity sovereignty in a second, are also common. We've heard these words, Jivan Mukti, liberation and life, and then deity sovereignty. No? So Baba says these are very common words. There should be such phrases that they sit in people's intellects. The land of Vishnu is established through Brahma. The meaning of Manmanabhav is remember the Father and the inheritance. You are the mouth-born creation of Brahma, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, and those who spin the discus of self-realization. They show Vishnu with a Swadarshan chakra. They show Sri Krishna too with 4 arms. How can he have 4 arms? Hmm? There's no deformity in Golden Age. Even if someone has an extra finger, we call it a deformity. So in Golden Age, how can the deities have 4 arms? So, not literally, they don't have 4 arms. The father explains so clearly you children have to become ones with broad and unlimited intellects, divine intellects. So, what is a broad, unlimited divine intellect? It is an intellect which understands the subtleties of this knowledge, the intellect that understands the unlimited world drama, the unlimited play that we all are actors in. Divine intellect is an intellect that doesn't touch any kind of weakness or vices. The intellect which always stays divine. Hmm. So it would be said that in Golden Age, as the king and queen have divine intellects, so do the subjects. That is a divine world. This is a world of stones. You are receiving this knowledge in order to change from human beings into deities. You are once again establishing your kingdom by following Srimad. Baba shows us the way to become kings and emperors. Your intellects are filled with this knowledge in order to explain it to others. It is also very easy to explain the cycle. Look how large the population is at this time. In the golden age, there are so few. This is the confluence. So there would be few Brahmins. The age of Brahmins is short. After the Brahmins become the deities, then expansion continues. It is a somersault. So it's the cycle, no? Like a somersault. So Brahmins becoming deities and then coming down, then becoming Brahmins again. So if you also have a picture of the variety form image together with a picture of the ladder, it will make the explanation clear. So if you have seen the variety form image, it is the image of Vishnu, hmm, with so many arms and so many heads, showing the cycle of birth and death, showing all these clans, the Brahmin, the warrior, the merchant, and the Shudra. So all these clans are shown, and then the cycle of birth and death, the elements, everything is shown. And then the picture of the ladder, where the deities come down one step at a time, one birth at a time, and reach the bottom in Iron Age. And then they don't take the ladder up again; they take an elevator. So remembrance of Baba is the elevator that we take to go up again, qualify to become the deity, and then come down again. So, this knowledge of the Creator and the creation will easily fit well in the intellects of those who belong to your clan. You can tell from their faces whether they belong to your clan or not. If they don't, they listen to this knowledge like a hot pan, like how you put water on the hot pan and it just evaporates. So, like that. So, this knowledge would just evaporate from their intellect. Sensible ones will listen with attention. Only once the arrow strikes the target, they will continue to come. Some will just ask questions, whereas others, who are good flowers, will come by themselves every day. They will understand fully and then go back. Anyone can understand from the pictures that the Father is definitely establishing the deity religion. Some will understand even without them asking questions. Others will continue to ask many questions and will still understand nothing. Then you have to explain. There is no need to make any upheaval. Otherwise, they would say, God doesn't even protect you. You also know what protection He gives. What protection does Baba give? He gives us power to um, he gives us power, or he empowers us to conquer the vices, to conquer all of this, right? He doesn't say that, oh, there's an obstacle, let me take care of this for you, let me take care of this for you. No, he empowers us so that we take care of it. Yeah? So this is what he does. Each one has to settle his own karmic accounts. God doesn't interfere in anybody's karmic account. There are many who, when their physical health becomes bad, say, protect us. The Father says, I come to purify the impure. You should also study this business, the business of purifying. The Father makes you victorious over the five vices. Then they oppose you with even more force. Storms of vices attack with a lot of force. The Father says, when you belong to the Father, all of those illnesses will come out. Because now, sometimes if you see when you're cleaning something, you have water with force, lot of dirt will come out. No? So, and then it gets cleaned. So in the same way, when the soul is getting purified by the Father, so Baba is saying that lot of these will come out. We will experience these vices, but then it'll get clean. Storms will come with full force. It is real boxing. They even defeat good, strong wrestlers. They say, even though we don't want it to happen, our eyesight becomes corrupted. Their register becomes spoiled. You should not talk to those who have impure vision. Baba explains to the children at all the centers that there are many who have impure vision. If Baba were to mention their names, they would become even greater traitors. Those who destroy their own truth become engrossed in doing wrong things. The vice of lust takes hold of them by the nose. Maya doesn't let go. Impure deeds, impure vision, impure words emerge and the activities become impure. Therefore, you have to remain very cautious. Cautious of what I see, because whatever we see, because our eyes are open all day. So we are taking a lot of information through the eyes, right? So whatever we see, it goes into the soul, right? And it becomes part of our subconscious. So Baba says that become, remain very cautious of what you're seeing, what you are listening to, right? What thoughts are being created. Therefore, you have to remain very cautious when you children hold exhibitions, etc. Create such methods that anyone can understand easily. The Father himself is teaching this knowledge of the Gita. This is not a matter of any scripture, etc. This is a study. The Gita book is not used here. The Father teaches here. Baba doesn't sit with a Gita and refers to any book. The, it is not as though he picks up any books in his hands. Where did the name the Gita come from? All of those religious scriptures were created later on. There are so many sects and isms. Each of them has its own individual scripture. Whatever branches and twigs, small sects and isms exist, they all have their own scriptures, etc. So they are all children, children of the Gita, the main one. Liberation cannot be attained from them. The Gita is remembered as the most elevated jewel of all the scriptures. There would also be the ones who recite the knowledge of the Gita. However, only the Father comes and gives this knowledge. Baba doesn't chant any mantras from the Gita or doesn't give us or read from the Gita, the book. Right? Baba explains the essence of the knowledge of the Gita. It's a study. He's teaching us. He teaches us with different examples. He teaches us with stories. So it's a study. It is not that he holds any scriptures, etc., in his hands. Neither have I studied the scriptures, nor do I teach them to you. Huh? Those people study them and then teach them to others. Here it is not a matter of the scriptures. The Father is definitely the knowledgeful one. I show you the essence of all the Vedas and scriptures. The main ones are the four religious scriptures of the four religions. The four main are Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and the, the deity religion, which became Hinduism. So, is there any scripture of the Brahmin religion? There are so many things to be understood. The Father sits here and explains all of this in detail. Human beings have such stone intellects, and this is why they have become poverty stricken. The deities were in golden age, the palaces were built of gold, and there were mines of gold. Now there isn't any real gold. The whole story is based on Bharat. You deities had divine intellects, you ruled the whole world. You have now remembered we were the masters of heaven. We have now become the masters of hell. We will then become the ones with divine intellects. This knowledge is in the intellects of you children. You then have to explain it to others. According to the drama, your parts continue. Whatever time passes, you would still be inspired to make accurate effort. The faces of the children who have the intoxication that God Himself is inspiring us to make effort in order to make us into masters of heaven remain first class. The faces of children who have this faith that God is teaching us, He's inspiring us to become masters of heaven, their faces will be remain first class and radiate happiness. The Father also comes to inspire you children to make effort for your reward. Only you children know this. No one else in the world knows. God inspires you to make effort in order to make you into masters of heaven. Therefore, you should be happy. Your faces should be really first class and radiating happiness. By having remembrance of the Father, you will remain constantly cheerful. Only by forgetting the Father do you wilt. By remembering the Father and the inheritance, you become those who radiate happiness. You can understand about each one from the service that he or she does. The Father takes the fragrance of the children. Baba understands from the service that each child does how much they have the fragrance. There is fragrance from worthy children and a bad smell from unworthy children. Because Baba is metaphorically, he's calling us as flowers. Some flowers have fragrance and some don't have any fragrance, or sometimes they have like bad smell. So Baba says, even Baba's children, some souls have the fragrance of virtues, and some still have vices in them. In a garden, you would only want to pick fragrant flowers. Who would pick up flowers? Only by remembering the Father accurately will your sins be absolved. Acha, to you, sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Don't be defeated in boxing Maya. Pay attention so that no impure words emerge from your mouth. Never have impure vision or carry out impure acts or have impure behavior. Become a first class fragrant flower. Have the intoxication that God Himself is teaching you. Stay in remembrance of the Father and remain cheerful. Never wilt. Blessing. May you keep yourself safe. May you keep yourself safe from sin with your challenge and your practical life being equal and thereby become a world server. May you keep yourself safe from sin with your challenge and your practical life being equal. So, whatever challenge I have made and my practical life being equal, and thereby become a world server. Let there be equality in the challenge that you children issue and in your practical lives. Otherwise, instead of becoming a charitable soul, you would become a burdened soul. And so, if I have uh, challenged or created a challenge that from now on I will not, I will not use anger, right? I will practice peace or anything. Then Baba says that your practical life has to reflect the challenge, because we create a lot of thoughts, we create a lot of self, challenges or self. What do we call this? Resolutions, right? But when it comes to action and practical, we don't remember or we don't use it. So Baba says, understand the philosophy of sin and charity and keep yourself safe, because any type of weakness, even in your thoughts, or having wasteful words, wasteful intentions, or feelings of dislike or jealousy, increase your account of sin. These are very subtle, right? Jealousy, or even when I look at someone and say, I don't like this, I don't like this one, dislike. huh? All this is creating account of sin. Therefore, keep yourself safe with the blessing. May you be a charitable soul and become a world server. Collectively give the experience of one direction and of having a stable stage. Give the experience of one direction, one Srimad that we receive. An experience, stable stage. Slogan. When you ignite the light of purity everywhere, when you ignite the light of purity everywhere, everyone will easily be able to see the Father. When you ignite the light of purity everywhere, everyone will be able to see the Father, because God is ever pure. God is purity. So when we ignite the light of purity in us, then God will be revealed. Today's Avyak signal. Before hoisting the flag of revelation, first of all, before performing any action, simply put one thing into practice. Have unity in all your relationships and connections. While there are many sanskars, to have unity in diversity and to have determination is your means of success. Sometimes your unity fluctuates. If this one does this, then I will do this. No, your slogan is world transformation through self transformation. It is not self transformation through world transformation. It is not that when this one transforms, I will transform. No, when I transform, I will bring about world transformation. So, first, I need unity in all my relationships and unity in diversity, right? Even though people have different sanskars, different behaviors, different everything, but in my mind, we are all children of God. So we are united in this one godly family. So remembering that. Cha Om Shanti. So today Baba is telling us that the more we understand who Baba is, who God is, the more we'll be able to remember Baba. If our intellects have become divine, unlimited, broad intellect, that means that I will be able to imbibe this knowledge. My intellect will not touch anything weak or anything negative. And then Baba reminded us that we are fragrant flowers. So when a flower is fragrant, Baba will also like a fragrant flower, a soul who has no vices. Even on the subtle level, today Baba said, what is sin? Sin is even when I say, I don't like it. And sometimes we make faces and say, oh no, I don't like this one. I don't like this. I don't like that. Right? No, I'm accumulated a burden when I do all of this. Subtle jealousy, where this one is going ahead of me or this one is getting more attention than I am. In this age of social media, right? Think about it when others are progressing and when people see this one's image has more, or this one has more followers and more likes and more all of this, what thoughts are being created? Sometimes people say jealousy is good. Jealousy is good so that I can push myself to perform better, or I'll push myself to do something different. But the feeling of jealousy has no end, has no end. How much will I push? And if I am creating or making effort based on the foundation is jealousy, what do you think the return would be? What do you think the accumulation would be? Even if I'm receiving something, it will be very short lived. Okay, so let's remember Baba. So today Baba is telling us self-transformation through self-transformation, bringing about world transformation. I, the soul, a divine, pure being of light, I'm God's child. Baba has given me a divine intellect through which I only see divinity. When I look at others, I see them as beings of light, as divine beings, children of God. I only have good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. My intellect only chooses knowledge, virtues. My eyes, my vision, my words, my actions are divine. I'm a child of ever pure, the purifier, God. I imbibe purity from my Supreme Father, and I radiate purity into the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Om Shanti.